the Prime Minister. The Leader of the Opposition on indulgence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I too want to add my remarks to the events and the departure of Mr Abbott as Prime Minister. Politics is a privilege to serve here. It is a vocation. But as we know, it can be very hard as well. Now, it is part of the Australian spirit not to score points when someone is down. So I just want to say that public life is hard on people who serve, and it's hard on their families. It is not for me to be partisan about Mr Abbott's record, but he certainly had led the Liberal Party formidably for well in excess of 5 years. He is a fierce proponent of his views, a formidable proponent of his views, a ruthless advocate for what he believes in. From his first victory in 2009 to become the leader of the Liberal Party, right through to last night, he is a fighter, a formidable fighter. I have exchanged harsh words with him in my time as opposition leader. I've disagreed with his politics and decisions on many occasions. I wish to record that he had this frustrating ability on occasion, just when you were really frustrated with a particular decision he might have made, to do something unexpected and generous and personal. From the time when my mother passed, he was very sensitive to that. I said this to him, but he also said, and I explained this conundrum of his frustrating behaviour, he just smiled at me and said, "I'm sure I'll frustrate you again." And he did. It's a very tough day for Mr Abbott. I say to him, to Margie, to his remarkable daughters, that we wish you well. To Mr Abbott's personal staff, led by the formidable Peter Credlin, you've served the boss loyally and according to your code, and we recognise this. And in conclusion, I just say to Mr Abbott, I had the privilege of, on several occasions, being with you when we would address serving men and women of our Defence Forces. And what I thought was remarkably humble of the member for Warringah is he would frequently introduce his remarks to them and say, "I've never served." And he was conscious, I think, of this, even disproportionately. And what I say to Mr Abbott is, you have served. I don't think you need to judge yourself any less for not having actually worn the uniform of this country. You have represented and been the Prime Minister of this country. That is service indeed.